Hello and good morning. Welcome to another Monday.
Happy Monday. It's been a minute since we've streamed.
Yeah, we have 4 or 5 days since
Yeah,
then?
something
We
like that.
streamed on Wednesday, something like that. Yeah, I'm back from Dallas, and there's a few tales that I have to tell, including the Roach that joined me for dinner.
Ugh.
But we'll get to that. How's everybody else? How you guys been doing for the last couple of days? I'm gonna try. I just made the decision while the music was playing that I'm gonna try and get back to our roots and start doing things that we used to do that made us so popular. For instance, the things that people love about us most is the fun facts of the day
Yeah.
and all the features like Monye.
The people clamoring to have it back. Where did the fun facts go? People have been yelling.
We used to be more fun, and now we're less fun. And so now we need more fun injected via fun facts.
Obviously.
So first fun fact, read without ever prepping at all. Ivan Berlin is the only Oscar winner in history who presented the award to themselves.
Oh.
He won Best Original Song in 1943 for writing White Christmas in the movie Holiday Inn. He later said that opening the envelope was extremely awkward, so the rules were changed the following year to prevent it from ever happening again.
Yeah, that probably makes sense.
Yeah.
I bet a lot of people are like, did you actually win? I mean, I know it says it on the card or whatever, but he's like,
look, it did.
Me.
It's me.
It's me.
I'll just keep this.
Yeah.
Herpes is an ancient Greek word that means creeping. The disease got the name because the blisters would creep across your skin.
Yuck.
Gross. Powdered wigs became popular in the late 1500s because so many men were losing their hair due to syphilis.
Ew. What's with all the STD facts today?
I don't know,
Good
but I didn't know
Lord.
you lost your hair because of syphilis.
I mean,
I don't even really know
then.
what
I think
syphilis
there's
is.
penicillin and stuff you can take now, but
Probably. Get a shot right in the junk. But of course, it's a man problem.
Here comes that sweeper again, by the way.
Which
There's there's a person cleaning our suite, like a street sweeper.
Yeah.
And like we could hear them from a mile away.
It was like
it's just like it gets slightly louder over the course of the next 10 minutes.
I thought someone was dragging something behind them, and then we had to look out the window. We looked.
Right now, I would imagine they're outside of my house, considering how loud it is. But if I were to open the window, they'd still be down the road.
Yeah.
Here it comes.
Here, wait, you probably can't hear
it. Here it is. No?
No. We're waiting for it.
Nope. Still down the road.
It's almost here.
Do the street sweepers really do much?
They might.
I mean...
because it picks up big chunks. It's not like polishing the road.
I know, but it's like more useful in the fall when there's a lot of leaves.
That's too much. It would clog the machine.
I know, but like, what is it doing?
And nature be crazy. You got to leave the leaves on the ground.
Okay.
Because of nature.
Well,
this is just picking up all the garbage.
Okay. All right. Anyways, back to fun facts.
The founder of Kodak, George Eastman, hated that months had different numbers of days, so he made the company operate on a 13-month calendar with 28 days in each and 2 left over. He called the 13th month Soul.
Imagine being such a narcissist that you think that you can create an extra month in the year for your employees to work in.
Well, I mean, they're still working the same amount of days.
I know they're still working the same amount of days, but it's like...
Yeah, it sounds crazy, but the company used the 13-month calendar from 1928 to 1989.
Yeah, that's super weird.
Kodak.
I don't know how I'd feel about that.
Volkswagen has its own brand of sausage in Germany, and they sell more sausages than cars.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
So they've said, you go to Germany and you're like, I would like a Volkswagen. And they go, the sausage company? And you go, no, the car.
No.
I didn't know they had sausages.
An entire car. That's how I order them.
Imagine when they came out with the car at first.
Well, yeah, what came first, the sausage or the car?
Yeah, they're like, look, our car. And they're like, you're a sausage company.
Right.
Why would I drive your car?
Well, yeah, it's like the same, it's like you go to Apple, like laptops and all that kind of stuff, and all of a sudden they're trying to sell you like...
Cell phones?
Well, no, because they do sell cell phones.
No, I know, but they didn't before.
Well, that's true, I guess. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Like, here, buy our cell phone, but you're a computer company.
Right, exactly.
You're silly. Anyway, so those are your fun 5 facts of the day. You're welcome. Back to our roots, Kristen.
Yeah, that was... It felt good.
It did. It's topic inducing. Gives us talking about something.
It's true.
And when you guys are ready, we'll talk about roaches. Are you ready for the Roach conversation? So I don't have to repeat myself.
I know.
Should I tell the wolf pack that we're here, or have you shared it anywhere?
I have shared it on the Wolf and Nick and Kristen.
All right. Well,
so,
good. Then this is the Roach community. It. So I won't say where. I mean, I guess I could. Well, maybe I won't.
I think it's funnier if you paint the picture.
Okay.
But it's also live on our
Facebook page. Yeah.
And I worry about that.
Yes.
But at the same time, it's not untrue.
It's not. But it's not good.
But is it our job to constantly be propping up and pretending things are good when they're not?
I mean,
if you're simply stating a fact about something,
and
yes,
true.
It happens to be a fact about somebody that writes your check.
That's true. I will state the facts.
However, the facts. No personal.
I will not inject any personal opinions.
Right.
And or comparisons to other companies.
I think that's probably best.
So I was in Dallas for the week Thursday, Friday or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was at the morning show convention. Boot camp is what they call it. So I went out there and
it's a radio thing.
That's a radio thing. So I went out there and I was very hungry. I didn't eat all day, which is very rare for me.
He did get in and out. That's right, Colleen. He did. I did. But there was also something that he ate.
Yeah. So I went to the closest restaurant. What does this keep doing? Yeah. All right. That's fine. As long as you don't stop recording. So I went to the closest restaurant, which happened to be a place called Stony P.
Stony P.
I'll say the restaurant. You're gross.
Yeah, you're gross.
I went and got some guacamole. I was like,
with chips.
Chips. I wanted something small because dinner was going to be surprisingly at this place in 2 hours. So I was like, oh, I didn't realize that this was the place I'm supposed to be coming for our company get together.
Right.
So I had the guacamole, had a Coke. I was like, all right, cool. I bounced.
Paid the check, left.
Fine guac, white people guac. It was fine. No spice, no flavor, just straight up guac.
Which is weird because you're in Texas, but still.
Yeah, the chips were too hard, but they were made from probably old tortillas.
Yeah.
So I was like, whatever. It filled the tummy enough to get me to then.
Okay.
2 hours later, I go back for the company get together. So
Stony Pete's.
Stony P.
Back to Stony Pete's.
So every time the morning show boot camp happens, each company kind of throws their party for their employees. They're like, hey, come hang out. Let's all hang out together as employees. And so they had this at Stony P's. I was like, oh, cool. I know exactly where it is, right down the street. And it's hot as hell. It's very close. Let's roll.
Perfect.
So I go. There's like 15 people there, which is short or small compared to like other ones that I've been to.
Normally these parties are bigger.
Yeah, but it was like our company exclusive, so that was probably the difference. Everyone else was kind of invited. It was
invite only.
Yeah, and so I get there, I walk around, say hello to the couple people that I know, and I was like, all right, well, I'm still very hungry, so I go to grab food. There's food that's out on the counter,
like buffet style,
There's
right?
Wings, yeah, it's like bar food, wings, quesadilla, little fried pickles. So I grab a quesadilla, grab some fried pickles, grab a couple wings, and as I turn to grab like something else, a cockroach runs across the top of the table where the food is.
On the table or on the food?
On the table, not on the food.
All right.
But this is the first time I've
seen
that.
Close.
That cockroach probably didn't start walking on the table when I got there.
It probably wasn't like, oh God, this isn't outside?
Yeah.
It
exactly.
probably has familiarity with the restaurant.
I'm sure it had been there for a minute. And so maybe possibly had walked on the food. Either way, instead of screaming like I wanted to do, I just grabbed my little plate and walked away. So I walked over to the next table and I sat the plate down and I said, there's no way in hell I'm eating anything here.
Yes. Did you throw it all down, throw it away?
I did eventually, yeah, but I brought it over and tried not to react because the owner of the company.
Like, you right there and just put in the trash can.
Yeah, I couldn't find the trash can. The owner of the company was 10 feet from me.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, well, I'm not going to scream. And I'm not going to go yuck really loud. You should
have been like, hey, everybody, there's a roach over here. Because everyone else was eating that food.
Yes, but that's their problem.
You should have said something.
No,
why didn't you say something?
Well, because I first of all, I was shocked. I was like, all right. And then I was grossed out because I had eaten there earlier. And so I was like, cool. And then I walked over to the table where a couple people that I knew was, and I sat down and I said, I hope you guys didn't eat anything because I just saw a cockroach near the food. And they all went, yes, we've already eaten. I went, okay.
Stop eating
now.
Well, let's all go somewhere else.
And then I was like, all right, well, I'm going to go because now I'm uncomfortable.
Well, yes.
Knowing that there's bugs in this room that shouldn't be in this room. And so I don't like that. So I left. And I went to somewhere nearby. I went to the restaurant, I think in the the hotel there, and I got food there, and I was like, all right, thank God. But that was my Roach experience at the
Yeah, I don't know
company
why this
party.
didn't occur to me, but the fact that you should have told somebody.
I guess I should have, but I don't think it's my place, right?
I mean, if
What was
you
I gonna
see
say?
something,
Hey
say
everyone.
something. You're supposed to do it with terrorists. You should do it with things. Are
Hey
you sure it
everyone,
wasn't
whatever.
just a beetle? Either way.
No, that
Either way.
I'm pretty sure I know a cockroach.
Yeah.
It wasn't a big one, but it was enough to like make me want to throw up. And
It was enough to be a baby and maybe have brothers and sisters and a mother.
possibly. It was
Okay.
birthed recently.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But it was visible from where I was standing. And so like I saw it walking. And if there's one in the front, there's 1,000 in the back.
Yeah.
Them's the rules. So yeah, I guess I could have when like, ever you're eating, stop eating right now. There is a cockroach right here.
Yeah.
On this table. Near
I feel like
the
you keep
food.
trying to add an extra syllable to cockroach.
Cockroach.
Yeah, okay.
He said cucaracha.
Okay.
Cucaracha. Aquí.
Shouldn't you have told the restaurant?
I think they know. I think everybody. I mean, what am I gonna say? I just left. It's not my responsibility.
I know, but I think they're forced to do something if you bring it to their attention.
It's not gonna make me want to eat even more there. They're just gonna squash it.
It would be more telling because if you went to them and it was like, look, there's a cockroach there, and they were like, oh, okay, we'll get somebody on that. Or if they're like, oh my God, what? You saw a cockroach? Like, two different reactions tell me two different stories.
Yeah, they're like, oh,
where did you see one? Go show it to me. Like, where did you see it? Okay, everybody, we're moving this food. We're throwing it away. We'll get you all new stuff.
Yeah.
Let's move you to the other.
Still wouldn't eat there.
No, I know. I still wouldn't eat there either. But I'm just saying, like, if they were like, oh, cool, I'll let management know. Then then they know.
What I could have done is smashed it.
Oh God, well, don't do that.
Made a big old noise like.
I'm sorry, there was a cockroach here.
Sorry, there's a cockroach near my food.
There was so starting out in radio, your most restaurants have cockroaches. I'm aware, but I don't want to see them. If they have
hope not.
If they have homes in the front, like where the people are sitting,
yeah,
then that's where I draw the line. Like,
they're bold enough to come outside.
I know that restaurants can be gross. Like, I get it.
Yeah,
but if the restaurant isn't doing anything to prevent the guests from seeing it, that's a level of care I don't want to be associated with.
That's a good point. Yeah.
If they're not trying to make it like, okay, well, we want to make sure we don't look like we have bugs.
Yeah, they should have at least.
Then I don't want to.
There should be traps somewhere. Like
right, like there should be.
It wasn't an
effort.
Outdoor venue. Like it was inside. So.
Gross. So starting out in radio, I started as a promotions assistant, which is like kind of how everybody starts. You set up tents, places, and you pass out, Jiffy Lube coupons and bumper stickers.
Yeah.
And I did it with some of my best friends, so it was actually kind of a good time for me. And one of the events that we had to do, and I'm going to say it because F them.
Does it still exist?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a chain. It's a Subway chain with sandwiches.
So Subway?
Yeah, Subway.
So it's a Subway chain with sandwiches?
Well, it's a Subway, like sub sandwiches,
yeah.
A Subway chain with sandwiches. So we had an event where we had to go to like a bunch of different Subways.
Fun.
Okay. Not my favorite thing in the world because I don't like subs.
Yeah, was it not your favorite place before this, or is this
it's
why?
Never been. I've never been a big
Subway?
sandwich person,
Okay.
so like no harm on Subway or whatever. But it's just never.
But you specifically hate Subway.
I don't like the smell of the bread,
yeah.
and like I just don't kind of dig it. So we had to go to a bunch of these Subway places and like set up our tent and pass out stuff. And it was like the year of subs or something like that. Like in radio, it's like it was so dumb back in the day.
Jared's.
Yeah, it was
walking across the country.
Yeah, exactly. And there was one that we went to in downtown LA. And by the way, all these Subways were just fine. They're just not my thing.
Yeah.
But then we went to one in LA, and I went inside to like get a cookie or a bag of chips or something like that. And there were so many dead roaches on the ground that it would take you an afternoon to count them. Like, and they were just kind of pushed to the side of the wall. And people were eating there. Like, openly cockroach graveyard. And people were just sitting there and I was like, I walked in, I walked out, and I went, oh my God, it's full of bugs. And everybody walked in and walked out and was like, "Oh my God." And I think we even left early because we were so uncomfortable. We're like, "Pack the tent up. I'm not staying here. I'm not
Yeah.
telling people to come out here. This is disgusting." And I was, and the just like, again, like the level of care
Yeah.
of just being
You could have
like,
swept it into a trash can instead of off to the side.
right. There were so many of them that they were just like, just step on them and kick them to the side. Like, you know what instead of going, "Oh my God, like sweep everything up."
Yeah.
And I'll never forget that day. Like,
Yeah.
never forget it. That's not why I don't do folded meats, but still, it didn't help.
Yeah. You're not it's helping the case.
I was just like, how are you still in business? And like as a consumer,
Yeah. Well, so
even if I
someone.
was dying of starvation and I walked in there and they were like, "Here's a free Subway," and I saw the the grossness of it,
Yeah.
that pretty much makes I don't want to eat anymore. I've lost my appetite for sure.
Yeah. Like, I wonder how. I mean, can you report it to the health department? Like,
I
is that
know,
what you
like at the
do?
time I didn't know what to do. I
Yeah. I
was just
guess should
like,
I call and report them to the health department?
Yes. Like, I can't, they shouldn't be in business. They could get people super sick.
Gross.
You should say something. You should at least leave a Yelp review or something.
It's not a
Just
bad
be
idea.
like, "Yo, there was cockroaches, man."
It was a cockroach.
Like, I know, but
But yeah.
again, if there's one, he's not just out for an adventure.
Yeah.
He's got buddies.
I wonder if I check let me check the reviews.
Yeah, I wonder if people are like, "Oh my
Yeah.
God, please don't go here. This is the worst." Go to Yelp.
If I search it, yeah.
Oh, okay. That's the place.
Yeah.
It's got 4 out of 5 stars. See, you can't trust nobody. All these reviews are bought and paid for.
There's no way that food looked like that. Was I in a different place? Because that's no way in hell that was the same place.
Yeah, it says Dallas on it. There's only one. Let's see what the.
An unsafe situation happened and it was handled poorly. The staff needs to be better trained. Well, the worst experience I've had. Steer clear. A good place if you're looking to have a terrible day.
Ooh.
Horrible non-existent service. When I even inquired about service, was ignored. Left after 30 minutes. Took 15 minutes to be served the first drink at the bar when there. 2 shots and a mixed drink. It's a bad service.
Yeah. This one says the food was bad and the service was bad.
Decided to have lunch at this location. Service was less than good.
Stale food. We asked how much the drink was, and the server said, "I don't effing know."
Jesus. Yeah, so this is years and years ago.
Okay, you need to leave a current review. Olivia says, "Definitely call and report it. Plus, tell your boss so they don't book it again."
Let me see. I got to see if this is the same place.
Is it?
Because the food doesn't look. Yeah, that's the door.
Well,
they're taking some good photos.
They put the food up themselves, the pictures of the food.
Yeah,
they have professional photographers come in here and then go, "Oh."
Yeah, but there's it should be. What you call it?
Yeah, people putting
Yelp,
it.
Yeah, Yelp pictures or something.
I know.
See, that's the different one.
Oh, there's 2 different ones. Good morning. Hi, Catherine.
Yeah, that's the one.
Don't forget to thumbs up.
See those chips? 100%. Now that I know that there's cockroaches, those chips were made from previously eaten tortillas.
Stop it. Don't say that.
They take corn tortillas. A lot of restaurants do this. They'll take the corn tortillas and they'll cut off the bite marks, basically.
Stop it. They do not.
And then they fry them. They were too thick to be tortilla chips on purpose. Those were old. I don't know if they're old, but probably old, judging by the cockroach. Old corn tortillas. Or corn tortillas. Either they went bad and they just kind of.
Where have you heard that people just cut the bite marks?
The restaurants, are
Who? Tell me. Who told you this?
It's years ago. I have no idea who told me this, but I can look it up for you if you'd like.
Yeah, look it up because JS is false. Hey, JS.
Hey,
look
JS.
at you on YouTube. Aw. Thanks for coming over just for us. We appreciate it. JS is false. I know that I've never done that when I've worked in restaurants. I only worked in one, and we certainly we didn't have cockroaches. I never really saw any bugs. We certainly didn't save any food.
Here we go. Reddit. Lots of Mexican restaurants use these same chips, it seems. Anyone know what brand or if you use the same method?
Can you imagine the manpower and time to trim chips? Not worth it.
Kitchens I worked in just cut a corn tortilla into rectangles, quick, deep fry quick, long time ago.
Yeah, that's how you make the tortilla chips.
I can see that.
Cheaper to buy a new bag. Exactly. Sadly, more places than you know have bugs. It comes to the territory of food establishments. I have no I
Qualms?
guess no. I understand that there's bugs.
A disillusionment?
I'm not. Yeah, I have no disillusionment that the places that I eat in are sparkling clean. Okay, like I get it, but again, like it goes back to: are you trying to fix it?
Yeah.
Are you trying to make it that show that the guests don't see it, or is it so bad that you've given up? It's about the level of care that you're attending to it.
Yes.
Like, that's the issue I have.
Are you even trying to hide it anymore?
If there's roaches all in the dining area, that tells me there's a level of care not being done in the back as well.
Yes.
Like, we can't, I mean, look, we've all eaten bugs. I'm not freaking out about it.
Yeah.
But it's just like, it's the illusion of cleanliness that I appreciate. If you've given up, that tells me something about you and your restaurant.
Cheaper to buy a new bag? Can you imagine the manpower? I don't know. It's not that much manpower.
Wait a second. What'd you screw up with JS? He says thanks for sending that stuff over. Hello. Sorry about that.
Just had to replace the battery.
His whole studio bottlenecks to a freaking 9-volt.
Yeah.
You're not wrong, but just this little setup. The radio station doesn't.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. This won't die but yes, everything goes through this one thing.
Right.
That is based on a 9-volt.
Right.
However, the video was still clean.
Yeah, it was.
So
what were you trying? So what did JS ask you to send, and what did you forget?
We talked nerd stuff.
Yes.
So he wanted me to send something. What did he want me to send? What was it, JS? God, what was
I'm very much on the Nick is the worst bandwagon this morning with
Why?
JS. I will tell you in a second, but this is another reason why, JS.
Repeating the snarky comment. Thanks for the sending and stuff. Really cool if you remembered. Yeah, well, that's what we're trying to figure out. What I did forget.
Like immediately, he got off the phone with you and probably
No,
because it's not like he came to me and was like, "Oh,
well, you don't care." Yeah.
JS wants me to send some of this stuff over or whatever. Like, he went, "Cool."
Shit, what was I gonna send over?
Never gonna do that. No, he didn't have the foresight to say, "I'm never gonna do that." You don't even flip or remember. No, I'm done with you. Like Anakin just done with Obi-Wan.
Sorry. Oh wait, I remember now. All right, give me a sec. I'll find it.
No, not do it now. No.
I'm gonna forget if I don't do it now.
You're not gonna do this on company time. Write a note to yourself. I'm not here to sing and dance while you do personal errands.
Why not?
Because that's not my life.
It's not. They only remember one thing. So, what's the other thing?
Why don't you message him and ask?
I'm gonna send.
If I had feelings after my parents' abuse, it would hurt them. Ouch.
After. What's that guy's name? Freddy.
Freddy? There's a Freddy in the Star Wars universe?
Yeah.
Okay. Seems odd.
I don't know what else though. That's all I remember. So if I don't send you something, then let me know. All right. So what else are you hating Naked Bandwagon? What did I do?
So I'm saving this for a topic for tomorrow, but since it happened now and I'm still mad about it.
What?
I'm gonna
You haven't even said anything to me.
Oh no, I did though. So I'm getting Lily ready, and she's being really, really difficult this morning getting dressed.
Okay.
And I'm in our room. Nick is watching that room on the camera.
Yeah.
Because it's still on from when she was
just
sleeping.
have it on in the corner.
Yeah,
I'm
like
not
he's not like
watching
actively
it.
watching
Yeah.
or whatever, but he can see what's going on, and he can hear what's going on because I'm right down the hallway.
Yeah.
And so I'm getting Lily ready, and I finally, after 5 minutes, was like, I convinced her that it was time to get dressed, and so I was like, all right, it's time to put your shorts on, and I put the shorts down like for her to step her legs into. For whatever, and I'm bending forward because I'm sitting at a chair. And for whatever reason, she decided to try to jump into them. She thought it was like she was going to like magically just appear on her. So she jumped, but she jumped forward, and her and I smacked foreheads really, really hard. I audibly went, ow! And I grabbed my forehead and I like burst into tears because it hurt so bad.
Okay.
And I looked at her and I go, oh my God, are you okay? Are you okay? Because I can deal with a bump on my head. Yeah. But I'm like, oh my God, does she have a concussion? Is she okay? And she was more startled by the whole thing, but she was grabbing her head and she was like, ouch. And I said, are you okay? And she goes, yeah. And she's like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah. And like, at this point, my eyes had welled up and like there was tears. Not like I was sobbing or anything, but I was like, because I was surprised and it hurt.
Yeah.
And, hello, JS.
I guess he got banned from chatting.
Oh, so, okay. Yeah. And she was trying to she was like, mommy, wipe those away. And so I was wiping the tears away and I'm like, honey, I'm sorry. It startled me and it hurt a little bit. So like, that's why. And I said, we're good. I love you. Accidents happen. It's no big deal. I just want to make sure you're okay. And then she was like, let's go tell daddy what happened. And I said, oh, okay. And we come in here and she goes, daddy, I bonked my head or whatever. And you were like, yeah, I know. Like, I heard you. And then I drove her to school and I was sitting there going, so he heard us hurt ourselves. He heard me go, ow. And then me ask her if she was okay. And you didn't get up from your chair and go check on us.
Yes.
Why?
Well, all I heard, because you were sitting in a corner that I can't see in the video, so the video has nothing to do with it. So I heard the ouch, and I was like, oh, what was that? And you went, oh, are you okay? And I was like, and I didn't hear any crying. Like, and she's like, oh, I bet you that hurt, because that's what Kristen does when she hurts herself. When Lily hurts herself, I was like, oh, I bet you weren't expecting that. Like, I bet that kind of hurt. And I was like, oh, I wonder what happened. And that was the end of that. And then she came in, she's like, I bumped my head. I was like, oh, I heard you get hurt. I didn't hear any like call. Like usually if she's hurt, she's wailing. So yes, I am a sociopath. Like she wasn't crying. There was nothing like you weren't crying from what I could hear.
I know, but you heard me go, ouch.
I know. I thought that you were, I thought you got hurt, but then you were like, are you okay? Made me go, oh, Lily must have got hurt. So it wasn't like I thought you were hurt. I thought that you were over exaggerating, like even surprised by her hurtness.
I know, but even if it was just her that got hurt, doesn't that warrant you getting up and walking 20 steps to the room and going, hey, everything okay in here?
Well, no, I believe in you. I think you can handle things. Like I'm not, if I would have gone over there and it was just a minor thing, you'd be like, what? I can't handle it. It's like, I got this. I'm fine. Like, so I was like, oh, okay, well, if it's a big deal, somebody will start crying and call my name. Like, Kristen's got it. She's a grown-ass woman. She can deal with this. This kid doesn't. It's not the first time she's ever hurt herself.
Right.
So I didn't think it was that you were both hurt. I thought that she had just hurt herself. So
Catherine says, oh, bad move, Nick. You should have got up and checked on him. Just says, Nick knows better than to get into the middle of a domestic. Smart. Good morning, Angelica.
Just like everything else in my life, I just ignore it and keep looking eyes forward.
I was just like, unbelievable.
I
He
don't know
heard that
why.
both of the people that he loves more than anything, one of them or both of them were hurt.
Yes, and
he was just like,
I
it'll
heard
be okay.
I heard one of them was hurt, not so much that she was crying, and the mom was there to console. That's who consoles the kid
How
anyway.
did you get
I would
banned
have
from
just
timed
came
out
over
again, JS?
and just like tapped on her shoulder. I'm like, they're there. So what? Stop! What are you doing? Stop typing so goddamn. If you didn't talk like a fucking psychopath, say a thought. Think of a whole thought. Hit send instead of your 9
Bye,
text
JS. I'm
messages.
sorry. I don't know why it's timing you out.
Because he's look at this. It's several messages.
I understand. Is that what YouTube does, though? It times you out?
It's just timing you out. It's not banning you. You're fine. Don't use that as an excuse.
No.
Look,
We
it's
had
all-
JS for a second, then
Look
we
at
lost him.
JS 20 comments.
I understand
In
that,
the
but YouTube
span of
should
a
be able
minute.
to figure that out, right? What, people can't comment? Like,
Apparently
I
not like
guarantee
that.
there's 9,000 other people that comment like that in the world. Like, YouTube bans all of them. You know what helps me now? Uber Eats. We get it, Jess. You're living your best life.
Yeah, so a whole thought about how YouTube is sensitive and doesn't like certain words.
Oh,
Well, yeah.
really? What kind of things does it not like?
They are
It's
well,
because of
I also
spam?
put on a high, like, not a high one, but
Well, yeah,
have
just the
some
settings
things
a
in
little
line.
bit so people can.
community moderation.
But like,
Let's
getting
see.
back to the topic at hand, like, am I wrong for thinking if I say "ow" anywhere in the house, both Mark and Claire come running to see what happened? It's
Well,
'cause
yeah,
they-
you're a
it's 'cause
grown ass
they-
woman.
It's because they care.
You're a grown ass woman.
What do you
that's why.
mean?
If-
Kathy says
There's no children nearby. Like if Kathy goes ow, if you go ow, I check on you all the time.
not this time.
Not this time because I thought it was her and you were there. What am I gonna do?
But don't you want to check and see if she's okay?
I would if it was a big deal, you would have came and got me.
Why would I come and get you?
If she's bleeding, you would need help, right?
I don't know.
Well, then I
It's
guess
not like you are actively engaging.
I was busy.
What were you doing?
I was working.
What were you doing
was-
at that exact moment where you're like, this is more important than double checking?
Our show. I was uploading.
No,
audio.
not exactly. Uploading the show.
Yeah.
Now that I know how to do it, for the most part, is done in advance.
I know, and I was in. This is the advanced part. I was uploading the show.
I know. So you had a
And
second.
it wasn't. I did. I didn't.
Yeah.
But it wasn't.
But don't make it seem like it was some urgent
Well,
thing.
no, but I was doing. It's not like I was just sitting here like watching TV, and you went ow, and I went, oh, she'll be fine.
Yes, but you were doing something
was-
that didn't need to get done immediately.
It did, but it needs to get done.
Sure.
So yeah, I was doing that in the middle of that.
But is
I
that
was like,
your
oh,
but is
okay.
that your excuse? You were too busy?
Well, no, like I was just doing that, and someone got hurt, not enough to actually cry. So I was like, all right, well,
I was crying.
I didn't hear that.
I know, but you didn't come check.
I didn't know you were crying.
I'm not gonna run in here sobbing, going, I'm crying.
Well, then you're a grown ass
Help
woman. Then you can handle
me.
it. You don't need my help.
Big B always checks.
Big B always checks. Sure he does.
Kathy says exactly.
Every time I check, someone always
He
brushes
could have
me
yelled,
off.
"Hey, everyone, okay."
I could
That's
have.
the least of what he could have
I
done.
could have.
And he didn't even go there.
The one time. Everything seemed fine.
If she was
I
screaming at
trust
the
her.
top of her lungs, you'd be running.
Exactly.
Of course. But that's not the point.
What?
It shouldn't be an
I have to
emergency
check on every
for
little
Nick.
bump and bruise?
No, but it shouldn't be an emergency for Nick to show that he's caring about
It
it.
doesn't mean I don't care.
It's not like you were even downstairs and ran upstairs.
Yeah.
It's literally from here, like not 15 steps.
Would you want me to come bursting in the door and be like, is everybody okay?
Kind of.
Well, then you expect way too much out of me.
You're right. I guess
For
I
a bonk
do.
on the head, it's fine. She's fine.
I wasn't fine. It really hurt me.
I know. I didn't know that.
Because you didn't check.
Well, yeah, because nobody was crying. From here, nobody was crying.
I know, but I was.
Well, cry louder. If you want attention, cry louder.
It's not about wanting attention.
I didn't know you were crying until you just told me you were crying.
I know.
So I figured you could take a hit.
Because I'm
shot in the
not
head.
going to come in here and go, I'm crying. Do something about it.
Well, what was I gonna do in there?
No, but it's like if I heard "ouch," are you okay from you? Like I'd go, "Hey, everybody, all right?"
Probably.
I mean, again, the least of what I could do is still be sitting here going, "Hey, everybody, cool?" And then he would be like, "Oh, we bonked heads together," And then I'd probably get up and be like, ouch, is everybody okay?
That's because you don't trust in my comfort skills. You would be there because you don't think I can handle it. I think you can handle it. So I don't bother.
I can handle a lot of things.
I know.
But I still want you
I know,
around
but
to
I
give a
think you can
crap.
handle Lily, who I thought was the only one hurt. So it's called being engaged. I know, JS. But like, yeah. I checked the camera. I was like, oh, what happened? So I was concerned here, but it seemed I couldn't see anything, and everybody seemed fine. I was like, oh, okay, well, it's probably not a big deal.
Never assuming that everything is okay. Communication is key.
Oh, well. Everybody hit the like button.
Thanks.
The one time I didn't check.
The one time.
Her knee popped yesterday, on her way up the stairs. I was like, hey, are you all right? And she's like, I'm fine. I was like, oh, all right, cool.
Thanks for checking.
Me.
I wasn't like a dick about it, though. I wasn't like, ew, why are you asking? I was just like, no, I'm okay. It was nice of you to check.
I know.
So I was like, cool, thank you.
The one time I don't, I'm the asshole.
The one time you don't.
I'm all of a sudden, I don't care.
I'm not saying you don't. The generalization is the total Nick move here. I'm not saying you don't.
I'm never around anymore. Is what we're saying. What you're saying is I don't care if anybody dies.
Well, then this conversation's over. You've killed it.
Apparently, I'm just self-absorbed and a piece of shit.
Watch it. We're on Facebook.
We're not on Facebook. We're
yes,
on
we are
on YouTube.
YouTube on
Welcome
Facebook.
to Behind the Scenes.
On the Wolf and Nick and Kristen.
Shit sometimes.
I know, but like, we don't have a warning. And don't make one now. All right, fine. I'm not entertaining people.
I'm gonna make a warning. What could I say? Be warned. Some foul. Oh, I should make one of those little like the little TVMA signs. There you go.
Why'd you capitalize every letter?
Well, I always capitalize every first letter. In a title, you're supposed to. It seems weird if it's all lowercase. Doesn't it? It should be all uppercase, but I'll just do that. Why are you criticizing everything I do today?
Was that what did I criticize more things?
Oh, well, yeah. My parenting skills and this.
Not your parenting skills.
My caring skills.
Your emotional connection skills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A-holism's not allowed.
Yeah. But I'm right though, right? Like
I guess.
I'm right.
I could have just yelled, but
again, the least of what you could have done.
But I answered my own question when I went, "Oh, everything's fine." Which you like?
But you dn't know.
You like for me to answer my own questions, so
about where the spatula is.
Yeah, so I'm
because you've lived in this house just as long as I have.
I'm working on myself.
I don't have any in-depth knowledge of where the spatula is more than you do.
Trying not to bombard you with questions, including "How are you? Is everything okay?" Self-explanatory. Everything is.
Tomorrow I have my procedure. That just means I may not be here tomorrow morning. Oh, Kathy, okay.
Yeah, what's your procedure?
She's having her kidney stones removed.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even remember.
Whew. I remember now. You said kidney stones. I remember that.
Well, yeah, because I told you just now.
I know. I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. She has kidney stones. I remember the story once you said kidney stones. What? What do you want from me?
I want you to give a shit about the people in your life.
I can't remember fucking everything. Jesus.
Remember something.
I remember
something.
It's my sister's birthday today.
Yeah, I know. I already said happy birthday.
You did?
Yes.
Oh, I don't like to wake her up. I'll hit her later.
She's already up.
Okay, well, hit her up. Happy birthday, sis. I was going to send her something, but I don't know where she lives. I don't know her address.
You don't have her address?
No.
What do you mean?
I don't know where she lives. I don't know her address. I've never needed to send her anything.
Recently?
No. I've never needed to send her anything. I should get her address. Christmas is coming. Maybe I'll get her something for Christmas.
You won't.
I might. I'm feeling generous this year.
I don't know why you would all of a sudden.
I'm feeling generous this year.
Lithotripsy, Kathy? Is that what the procedure you're having?
Look at you, procedure nerd. Jess,
I say your mom's post.
Saw your mom's post. Oh. Are you friends with my mom? That's weird.
That is weird. Why are you friends with his
Kathy,
ex-mom?
why are you friends with my mom? She turned 70 this year.
I know.
Insane. My dad had trouble believing I was 40. I was like, yeah, I'm turning 40 this year. He's like, no, he thought my sister was turning 40.
Yeah, your sister's 44 today.
Ooh, I know, she's getting old. I ordered 2 things from TikTok, and one of them's coming today.
Nobody gives a crap. This work thing is getting in the way of watching and listening. Totally.
Stupid work.
What is that, Jess? Apparently that is not what Kathy is having.
Just making stuff up now, Jess. Way to go.
Jess is already drinking. It is Florida.
That's true. She's on vacation.
It is, what is it, 11:42 in Florida?
Yeah, permanent vacation out there.
God, I don't want to go to Florida next week.
Sounds terrible. You got your Florida shirt on, though.
What?
You got your Florida shirt on, though.
I do. It's like my
floral.
Hawaiian.
Yeah.
Like,
in
it's
honor
the port
of Hawaii.
Maui.
Oh, we did wear the same color today.
Oh, we did kind
in
of.
honor of Hawaii.
We're rehoming our rooster today. I'm sure Isaac is going to cry. Oh, I know. That's so tough.
Yeah, so tell me about that description, because you said it like you were shocked. Like, you're like, oh, we were raising our chickens today, and but one of them's a rooster. Like,
yeah.
At what point do you find out that it's a rooster? I guess. Like, that you didn't know beforehand? Like, you can't tell when they're little?
I don't know anything
They
about
didn't.
chickens.
Yes, that's what I'm having. Oh, okay. Apparently she knows.
No. Kathy probably had to look.
Kidney stones, where they dissolved them through sound waves. Had it. They just didn't call it that. They called it sound wave surgery. Kidney stones.
They didn't use the technical terms for Kathy.
Yeah. Are they using the
Jess is practically a doctor at this point, so
Yeah.
they're like, look, this is the procedure.
Are they using that device that we
I agree.
used on our hand? The pap, 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 pap. Remember that son bitch?
Yeah, I know.
That did not feel good.
No, I don't know what that was supposed to do.
Yeah.
That was some hokum.
It might work. It
I don't
probably
know,
works.
maybe.
It definitely hit my bone. So if anything in between that was needed to be broken up, that would have done it.
I don't know if that's how the human body works,
I
though.
don't either, but it seemed to just hit me in my bone. And that
Yeah,
hurt.
it was rather painful.
Never had someone knock on my bones before.
I had it this morning when Lily headbutted me in the head.
It's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor Lily. Tiny little head.
I know.
I asked for things to be dumbed down for me. There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Same.
So I just saw something on TikTok and I was like, oh God, like, is this what I have to do now? Because I'm already on edge about doctors because of the podcast Dr. Death.
Yeah.
Which is where all these doctors performed all these very, very complicated medical
Don't
procedures.
tell Kathy that right before she goes to
No, I know. This is a routine surgery, but this was like spinal surgery and stuff, like very delicate parts of the body, and like they didn't know what they were doing and just like figuring it out as they went. So that's the philosophy behind the Dr. Death podcast. And then I saw something on TikTok that was like, hey, you should always ask before you go into surgery what the resident will be doing during the surgery. And I was like, what? And like I looked into this and they said that the majority of surgeries, like the majority, and I don't know if this is true or not, this is just what I read, but like the majority of surgeries have a resident student, a resident medical student in the room, and they will do something to you during your surgery, whether it's making the first incision or keeping the skin like from flapping away or whatever it is, like,
okay.
And then ask them how many procedures that resident has done, because it can be 0 or it could be like 50 or 100 or something like that.
But they're not going to come they're not coming out of class and just getting a certain.
That's exactly what's happening.
Well, no, they've at
residency.
least practiced on like dead people before.
I don't know if that's true.
They have to. Like they can't just, or pigs or something. They're not going in like, oh, I wonder if I can cut straight.
But it's not a live human. You know what I mean? Like I'm not saying their arm's going to be all jagged.
Yeah.
But that like just for clarification that you have to be like, what is the resident going to be required to do, and have they done it before?
Okay.
And like that is something I'd like to know.
I guess. I don't know if I'd want to know, because like they're going to be in there anyway. They're doing like they're learning. I would imagine that the doctor would be confident in them before letting them attempt something drastic.
Yeah, but you also think that a spinal surgeon would know how to perform spinal surgery.
Very true.
But that doesn't happen.
That's true. I don't care if there's a risk any type of procedure I'm going to be under and asleep. I'm going to have to ask about that. I'm not getting cut open. Someone always has to be the first patient. Someone's got to be first.
I understand, but and I don't think, and it's not like I'm not like slagging on the resident because they do have to learn. I'm not concerned about that. But I would prefer to know how many they've done.
Okay.
Like
And are
if
you gonna be? Can you stop it from happening?
I don't think so.
If they're like, well, they're gonna be the ones taking your liver out and putting the new one in, and I'm just gonna watch from the back. Do you get to go? Oh, could you not do that? And they go, no, that's pretty much what they're
I
gonna.
don't
That's
know.
their
I
next
mean, I
step.
guess I could make my opinions known.
Yeah.
I might be better off with the resident. Who even knows?
Exactly. Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, I want to know what they're responsible for.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, yeah. I don't know if I care. I would imagine that they've taken. They're not. They're not gonna be. It's not gonna be their first one. Like, even if it's their first human procedure, like they've gone through the classes and the training to be able to do this, or the doctor wouldn't let them do it. I would imagine, but that's also me assuming that all
Yeah,
people are
like
good.
flying a plane in a simulator is probably very different than flying it in
Yeah,
real life.
but they're not going to get in a plane and start flying. Like they're going to maybe take over midway when it's not crazy,
Unless they're working
and
on
the other one's
the
holding,
takeoff.
and the other, well, yeah, but then,
At one point, there's got to have a first takeoff.
yeah, but there are other guys like right there going, all right, well, if he fucks up, he goes, oh, then we're going to pull up a little more.
Oh, yeah.
So
Also informed consent.
over 250 die annually for malpractice. Do your research. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also wanted to keep him as long as. Okay, so back at the front. Here we go.
Excuse me. So
Got them at Wilco. There's a 90% chance that they're all girls. I got 5, knowing that we might get one and have to rehome him. That's primarily why we didn't name our chickens until later. Okay. I had a feeling that he might be a rooster, but I was hoping he was just a big hen. They start growing at about 3 or 4 months, and that's a sure sign. People like to guess all the time early. I also wanted to keep him as long as possible until I was sure, because you kind of get attached since they've raised him since a baby.
yeah.
But why not keep him, though?
Well, they're noisy.
Yeah, but he's just going to bang the hens, and that's what you want, right?
I don't know if you want a bunch of chickens.
Well, you want to get all hen banger. You're going to have, I mean, the chickens are going to die. There's a lifespan. You might as well start prepping them. But even then, the eggs are, oh, well, I guess the eggs, that might be one.
Yeah, it's because they'll fertilize.
They'll fertilize the egg,
Yeah.
yeah, and you don't want that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't
Yeah.
want a bunch of chickens.
Unless you do. Sell the chickens. Make more money. When I had to transfer from Santiam to Silverton, they had an intern there the whole time when I was delivering my daughter. Kind of uncomfortable. They got to learn some point.
I know. They have to learn.
And then I'm glad that they're learning by doing and not being like, oh, okay, now go do your own surgery. Let us know how the first one goes.
No, of course not. But it's like, have you ever been to a grocery store where there was the trainee
Yeah.
that was standing there? And you know how just painfully slow it is?
Yeah.
And just like, oh my God, this is awful. Like, can somebody please hurry this kid along? And yes, they've got to learn.
Yeah.
Like, they've got to learn, sure. But it sucks for the person on the other end of it. And
It
it's like,
does.
I'd like to know if I'm going to be that person on the other end of it.
Yes,
Like,
but if
that's
you
just
think
all-
about it, if you think about it that way, the bag that they pack is the most perfectly packed bag that you've gotten since you've gone there, because
Not
they're
necessarily.
taking their time and going, okay, this is how this goes here.
There's
This
also
goes-
time for me
get
to
all the
bleed out.
squares. Yeah, well, yeah.
I'm
But
just
the
saying.
other doctor's gonna, if if it was hemorrhaging milk, someone's gonna step in and go, okay, well, get out of the way.
Yeah, I understand. And like, I'm not. Look, I'm all about learning.
You
Like,
can't have roosters in the city. Okay.
I think it's great that people learn how to be doctors. Like,
Yeah.
you got to learn, you got to practice. Like, I get it. I just am saying that I want to know what the resident's going to be doing on me.
Yeah.
I think I have a right to know
Well, as a
what they're
future
going to be doing.
as a future therapist, it's going to be an intern therapist. Like,
Yeah.
do you feel like they should be asking how long you've been doing this?
Of course.
And they're going to judge you
Of
based
course.
on without knowing you.
And it's not like I go into the room and pretend to be a licensed therapist.
Yeah.
I go into a room. They know before they even book with me that I am an intern.
Yeah.
I can't even call myself a marriage and family therapist.
But there's a therapist watching, right?
no.
Or no?
I am alone.
Okay. Well,
I am alone with the patient, and then afterwards I discuss it with my supervisor once a week.
okay.
But for the most part, they go, "Well, you've done the research, you understand," that kind of thing.
Which-
Again, it's not surgery.
Yeah.
You know, like there's
Mind
not
surgery.
a lot that I can mess up on. I'm not getting high profile or high risk clients.
Okay, good.
Okay, no, they're not sending me an actively suicidal patient.
Well, that's possible what they're doing with the surgery then.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. Like, in what is it in medicine where they don't have to tell me that there's going to be a resident there and that they're going to be working on me? But in my field, it's like I have to be very clear. I am an intern. I have to get them to sign something saying I am an intern, and they don't get the same rate. So like they get me for like half off. So they pay like a very discounted fee to see me. So
So a resident is someone who's graduated from medical school and is completing a postgraduate training program.
yeah, so this is
So
the
they're doctors.
yes,
So
yeah,
they don't have to tell you that they're not doctors working on
but
you.
they're a resident.
Yes, but that means they're just like
A resident, you have to.
it's
I
very
feel
much
like you
Grey's
should.
Anatomy. It's the
Well,
guy.
I've never seen Grey's
It's the
Anatomy,
people in the beginning of the show, and by the end they're all the bosses. But
but I know what a
it's
resident
like
is. I'm
yeah, it's
telling
like
you.
well, no, I didn't know that. I wasn't sure if they had to do to graduate. They're already graduated. They're doctors. They're residents. They're gonna be in this hospital. Like
But no, they're okay. So no,
an attending physician is board certified physician who is completely
right?
their residence
So
training.
they're not a doctor yet. They have to complete their residency before they're a licensed clinician. Okay. Just like I have to complete my residency before and take a test and do a certain amount of hours before I become a licensed
Yeah, and doctor and training.
therapist. So it's it's a doctor with training wheels on, but they're not a doctor yet. They can't say like I'm Dr. So and so, I'll be
Yeah.
treating you today. They have to say like I'm a residency student.
Yeah.
And they have to complete like 4 years of residency.
Yes.
Like for medical, it's much, much more, important than my field.
Yeah.
But
As it should be.
but at the same time, it's like I'd like to know where they are in their residency. Like, is this the first day
Yeah.
and they've never done a surgery before, or are they on year 4 and like they've done
They're
this
about to be a
100
doctor.
times?
Yeah. Either way, you have nothing you can do about it. So
No,
I
but
guess
it's like peace of mind, I suppose.
I don't know, need more stress going into the surgery, right?
I know, but I would like to imagine that if I say I would not like the resident, that I mean, again, I won't know,
Yeah.
but
Just give me a different resident. I live in a town still, even though it's a small town. He's noisy and starts crying about 6:30 or
Yeah.
7. I don't want fertilized eggs. Crowing.
yeah.
Have a great day. Bye, Lori.
Bye, Lori.
Trust me, I wish I lived on a farm.
I know.
Yeah.
One day, Angelica. One day.
No, the kids aren't going outside today.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, me too. Through Wednesday. Oh no, they're going out for the AM one. Okay. They might short it to 30 minutes. Not going for the afternoon one. Yeah, I mean, I got enough problems that I'm worried about going into a surgery, I'm assuming. So I don't need to know that people don't know what they're doing. I'm just going to trust everybody. Just like, I'm sure it's going to be fine.
Just that blind ignorance, though. I just feel like I can't do it anymore.
Well, I would have done my research before I got the surgery, I guess.
I know,
now
but this is
because
part of that research.
Well, I know, but because of that now, I'm going to go, all right, well, this doctor needs to be checked, and I need to make sure I have this problem before I ever go to a doctor.
Angelica says, it's like when we were younger, my mom used to take us to dental school to get our dental work done because it was cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. I've always encouraged interns to look at my medical file and ask me a ton of questions, says Catherine. Like, I don't mind it because I've done the same thing where it's like I got my hair done at like a beauty school.
Yeah.
Because it's like hella cheap. I don't know. I don't want somebody giving me spinal surgery.
Yeah, I doubt that's. Well, I mean, there's probably a spinal resident.
There is. There has to be. And as at one point, there has to be a first surgery or a first, like, oh, I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
And if there's a good doctor in there, they'll help them and everything like that. But, is there a good doctor in there with him? Or is he like, figure it out? Like, I'm going to go get a drink.
You can't tell if there's a good doctor in there.
I know.
So.
All right, everybody's taking off. I think we'll take off too.
Yeah, I guess so. All right.
Yeah, thanks guys for watching. We appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow. People need to practice what they're learning. I understand. But I also should get a say. Right?
I guess.
Like, I should get a say.
Maybe.
I don't know. I feel like I should.
Be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes!
All right, y'all. Bye.
Adios.
See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.